Taught me the game to play with full effort, full confidence, and just control the controllables. And so that's something I can control is helping my guy get more yards, and that's going to help the team out. I'm going to do that every time.
What do you guys want to did anybody critique your blocks?
Yeah, Coach Barnett came up to me and told me I got to finish it next time and then go on to the next guy. And so I'll take that with me and hopefully I can do that next time.
Brendan, as part of the reflection process, I guess if you could look back to maybe some of those lulls or darker days at Northwestern where you weren't getting the snaps, maybe you felt like you wanted or deserved, or entering the portal, I guess what would you say to younger you who was going through some of that stuff now that you're here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think just continue to have faith in God. I think that's been the biggest change in my life that I've made these last couple of years is just putting all faith into Him. And I think that would have helped me out through those tough times because there was definitely some tough times. So throughout this process, I've just put my full faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I think that's just carried me through this whole thing and it made me a new man that I am today.
It looked like you had a moment after the game. I mean, you talked to a lot of Northwestern guys, but I think there was a number one on Northwestern who you had a particularly longer moment. I don't know if it looked like maybe you shared a prayer with him. What did you guys say to each other? What was that moment?
Yeah, Cam Porter, he's my best friend. Someone I spend every day with. We train together in the off season, and late nights, early mornings together. Always talking about our dreams and our ambitions. He's someone that was a leader in my faith in my life, and we got baptized together. And so after the game, he's one of my best friends. So we just said a quick prayer together, and because we were both each other's biggest fans. So I wish nothing but the best for him, and that was a cool moment for us.
What was it like, kind of, when Coach Braun came over to congratulate you, kind of considering everything that you've been through with him?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool that he had the respect to do that. It meant a lot that he did that, so I appreciate that.
You said you didn't play quarterback that much in but what was kind of your position in college?
Yeah, so I played, middle school was just kind of a hodgepodge of just be an athlete, go out there and play, have fun, and then my freshman year I played quarterback, and then sophomore year I played receiver on varsity, and then junior year and so forth to play quarterback.
What kind of keep yourself quarterback?
I love having the ball in my hands every play. Being able to have the ball, make the decisions of, the game on the line. I get to make the last play. That's something that really attracted to me.
Do you have a moment where Division I college football became real for you, kind of in high school or just being in the recruiting process? When did that possibility become real for you?
Yeah, so I always thought I was going to play basketball in college. That was kind of like my thing growing up, and so. Yeah, I think just a couple games into my junior year, I started getting college coaches texting me, and I was like, "What the heck is going on? I'm not used to this. I thought I was going to be a basketball player," and so that's kind of what hit me and kind of what made me start taking it a lot more serious.
Did you play basketball all the way through high school?
I did, yeah. Okay.
Can you still win those?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'd make an argument. It's not going to be backed by a lot of guys, but I'd make the argument I'm one of the best on the team. So.
Who's your competition?
Deontay Craig's up there. Jacob Gill's up there. TJ Hall is up there. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that can play some basketball on this team.
I don't want to be on the block against Deontay Craig.
I'll challenge him. Hey, you can hear this. any part of that court, I'll challenge him.
No, I know.
What'd you learn watching the film after Saturday?
Yeah, just be more relaxed in the pocket. I think definitely playing Northwestern, big moment, and in my first kind of game as a Hawkeye, getting real snaps. I think I was just a little tense out there. So I think just being more calm in the pocket and letting my feet take care of the progression.
What's your communication been with Kate since Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, just a few texts back and forth. Obviously seeing each other a couple times, and just he's got nothing but support for me as I do for him, and so he's just been super supportive, telling me he's got my back through it all. So I really appreciate that from him.
Those first couple drives, just a couple 3-and-outs, and then it seemed like things started to get going. I guess how do you start the game that way on Saturday, as opposed to getting off the bench and being cold and getting into a groove and then making things happen? How do you start hot, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about getting the first down, and however that is, if that's in the run game, if that's in the pass game, however that is, I'm staying ahead of the chains on first down. But once we get I think we've shown on film a lot of times, once we get that first down, we're rolling. So I think just trying to get that in that first drive will help us out a ton.
Did you ever start or play against Wisconsin before?
I kind of had a similar situation to I did Northwestern.
Yeah.
At Northwestern when I was a sophomore, I went in halftime and played the rest of the game against them.
How'd you do?
We lost by a lot. I had a decent game, but nothing to brag about when you lose by a lot.
Caleb, anything that you wish you knew kind of back then? Anything that 2024 Brendan would tell 2022 Brendan in that game?
I would love to say something, but at the same time, I think everything happens for a reason, and I learned lessons in that game and that season that I know now for a good reason. And so I don't think I would critique too much from him, and just kind of let him play and just play the game like you love the game. I think that's just the biggest thing.